explorers! It's me, your friend Mimi, and welcome to Mimi World. Have you ever wondered how volcanoes form and why they erupt with such huge explosions? Well, today, we're going on a thrilling journey deep inside the Earth to uncover the amazing secrets of volcanoes. Buckle up, because this is going to be one explosive adventure. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a volcano? A volcano is like a giant mountain with a fiery twist. Deep inside the Earth, there's super hot molten rock called magma just waiting to escape. And when it does, it creates an eruption. Boom! That's a volcano. Volcanoes can be huge, and some even erupt with enough power to shake the ground beneath your feet. Volcanoes can appear on land and even under the ocean, creating underwater mountains and islands. Now let's dig deeper and take a peek inside the Earth. The Earth is made up of layers, kind of like a giant layered cake. The crust is the outer layer where we live, but just below that is the mantle, a super hot layer filled with melted rock. This is where volcanoes start to form. As the mantle gets hotter, it starts to melt into magma, and this magma is what can eventually make its way to the surface, causing a volcanic eruption. The pressure from the magma builds and builds like a balloon that's too full of air. Did you know that the Earth's core is as hot as the surface of the sun? Around 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 5,000 degrees Celsius. That's some serious heat. So, how does magma make its way to the surface? Well, sometimes the pressure builds up so much inside the Earth that the magma has to escape. It travels through cracks in the crust and forms a tunnel, like a fiery pathway. And when it finally bursts through the surface, that's when the eruption happens. This molten rock that bursts out is called lava, and it's incredibly hot. It can flow down the sides of the volcano and even harden into rock after it cools down. Lava can flow slowly or quickly depending on its type. Some lava flows like thick syrup, while other kinds flow faster like water. Volcanoes come in all shapes and sizes. Let's take a look at the few main types of volcanoes. Shield volcanoes. These are wide, gently sloping volcanoes that erupt slowly and steadily. One example is Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Cinder cone volcanoes. These are smaller, steeper, and often have explosive eruptions with lots of ash and gas. Parícutin in Mexico is a famous active cinder cone volcano. Composite volcanoes, also known as stratovolcano. These are tall, steep volcanoes that alternate between explosive eruptions and lava flows. One example of this type is Mount Villarrica, located in Chile, South America. Lastly, dome volcanoes. These are steep, often smaller volcanoes formed by the slow extrusion of highly viscous lava. They tend to have explosive eruptions and build up a dome-shaped summit as the lava piles up near the vent. Recent examples of lava dome volcanoes include Mount Kilauea in Hawaii, which has experienced ongoing eruptions with lava fountains and dome growth. Did you know that Mauna Loa, the shield volcano in Hawaii, is the largest volcano on Earth by volume? It's taller than Mount Everest if you measure from the ocean floor. When a volcano erupts, it's not just lava that comes out. You'll see ash, smoke, and gas shooting into the air. These eruptions can be huge and destructive, sending lava rivers flowing and ash clouds filling the sky. The ash can even spread across the land, covering forests and cities, forming new islands, and now people live on them. It's one of the most powerful forces in nature. And the smoke and gas can sometimes travel around the world, changing weather patterns. Some volcanoes release so much ash that they can create a volcanic winter by cooling the Earth for months, causing temperature drops all around the world. So, volcanoes might seem scary, but they can also be really important for Earth. After all, many volcanoes help create new land. The lava hardens into rock, which forms new mountains and islands over time. Plus, the ash can make the soil super rich and good for plants to grow. In fact, some of the most fertile soils in the world come from volcanic ash, like in places like Italy and Indonesia, where farmers grow delicious fruits and vegetables. Did you know that the Hawaiian Islands were all created by volcanic eruptions over millions of years? The lava built up to form new islands, and now people live on them. All right, adventurers, it's time for a fun volcano quiz to test how much you know. Ready? First question, what is the molten rock inside a volcano called? Is it called magma, lava, or ash? Great guess! It's called magma before it erupts, and once it bursts out, it's called lava. Next question, what happens when too much pressure builds up inside a volcano? Does it explode or freeze? You got it! The volcano explodes, sending lava, ash, and gas into the air. Did you know there are more than 1,500 active volcanoes around the world? Some volcanoes erupt frequently, like Kilauea in Hawaii, while others remain quiet for centuries before waking up. The Ring of Fire is a zone around the Pacific Ocean where many of the world's volcanoes are located. It's called the Ring of Fire because of all the explosive volcanoes. Okay, adventurers. Today, we learned how volcanoes form, how they erupt, types of volcanoes, and why they're such an important part of Earth's amazing systems. Volcanoes may be explosive, but they're also part of what makes our planet so special. Thanks for joining us on this epic adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on our next exciting exploration.